Here's a festive design you can make on Cricut Design Space just in time for the holidays. Hope you like it. Hi Cricut designers. Here's my latest, I think, festive looking design for the holidays upcoming, and I did this all on Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to show you how you can do this for yourself. You are going to have to do this on either a laptop or a PC because it does involve using your computer's character map to get all these cute little curly cues. And it also involves using two fonts that I downloaded from the font. If you're not familiar with that, it's an amazing site that has over 61,000 free fonts that you can download and use in all of your designs. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this guy over. Now, one nice thing too, if you're not aware, is when you go up here, you can click on File and you can open up a new window, so you can really work with 2 or 3 screens all at the same time. You can copy and paste between the 2 screens. So it's really handy, but I do have another one open underneath this. So I'm going to move this guy out so I can actually see what I'm doing. And we're going to get started. Now, the text that I used on this is called legal standing, and you can see I already have it on my Design Space open. It's not, it is not the default text, but I just went ahead and selected it. Now, I'm going to have to add the M and the Y to Mary using the character map, and this will become clear hopefully in a few minutes. And also the B and the T on the words bright. So this might look a little strange to get started, but I'm going to put, no, I don't want the Y. And then I want to do and then I want to do RIGH. So I know that might look a little odd right now, but I'm going to be adding the letters from the character map on this because these are not available if you just press an A, B, C, or D. Now, I'm going to do another thing, which is ungroup to lines. This is going to help me work on each line individually. So I'm going to add the M and the Y to this. So I'm going to double click on that so I get my text box back. Now you say, what is a character map? Well, if you do a search on your computer for character map, this is going to be your computer's character map, which I don't particularly care for. It's got very small little letters, which make my old eyes hard to see. But I did do this download. It's Windows Character Map UWP, and it is a free download that you can use on your character. And I find this a lot more user-friendly. So let's go ahead and have a look at the character map, which I have saved down here. And let me move it over so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So this, again, I have already gone ahead and opened it up to legal standing. And another kind of nice thing is if you want to find a font, you can just click on a letter, it reduces it down, and you can open it up and you can see all the fonts that you have. So another thing I did in order to save time is I've gone ahead and added these letters I want to use on the bottom, because it took me a while to kind of look through all of these and figure out which one of these lovely little curly Q things I wanted. And again, you're not going to find these by writing an alphabet letter. You do need to use your character map. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to right click and copy it. If I try to copy each one of these, it kind of makes it a little more difficult to put my project together. So now I'm going to go back to my Cricut Design Space here, and I'm going to have to select Control V, because if you just do a right click to paste, there is no paste from an outside source. So you can use Control V if you use a Mac. I believe it is, I can't remember, sorry. So that will get it on here. Now let's go back to my character map. And I want to copy the Y. So I'm going to right click, copy, and I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to do Control V. Now I have my Mary. Let's move my and. This one, I might have to ungroup to letters and move this little guy around a little bit. There we go. Now I like that a little better. Sorry. Then we're going to group that together. We have our and. Now we're going to work on our bright. So let's go back to our character map, and you are more than welcome to just cruise on through this if you've got the general idea. So you don't have to watch this whole entire process. So let's do Control V, and I've got bright. Now we're going to go ahead and do it for the T. And copy, and let's go back to this one, and we're going to do Control V, and now we have Merry and Bright. So we got that going. That looks pretty good right now. So now we're going to add our light bulbs, and to save time, I am going to go ahead and give you the Cricut ID number for this particular light bulb that I liked. I did a search for light bulbs, and I think I got 728. So to save you some time, I went ahead and got the Cricut ID number, and I will leave all of these numbers for you down in the bottom. So please go ahead and just copy and paste that in. So you do have to copy it exactly as they tell you. Let's just hope I actually typed that in right. Oh, there it is. So I want to select that, and I'm going to add that to my canvas. So at this point, it's way bigger than I want it. So I am going to take these guys and just group them together for a moment and move them. And because I do need to adjust this little guy. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't want that. And I don't want that part. So I like these two. So I'm going to ungroup, but this one I am going to turn it black. And then on this one, I need to get rid of these little dots. So I'm going to use my contour. So I want to click on that, click on the circle on the other circle. That should now give me a solid light bulb. And my suggestion at this point is don't change the size of this light bulb, the size of either light bulb, because it's a real pain to try to fit them back together. So now I'm going to group that again. So let's move you over. Clearly that's a little too big. So let's make this, oh, there we go. And I think I'll reduce the size of my screen a little bit. So in order to make this look kind of the way I want, I think that'll work. So now I want to add different color light bulbs. So I'm going to try to save some time by, I have about 5 colored bulbs. So I'll need to make, I'm going to make 4 more of the red. Now you're saying, but why are you doing that? So now I can click on this guy and I can click on that. I can change this color. I'm going to do a blue color. So now I think I want 4 of those. So I'm going to duplicate. And now I have 4. And now I want to make a green one. So I'm going to select a lighter green. And then I want to make 4 of those. So I'm going to make 3 more. And there we go. Hopefully you're welcome to zoom through this part if you're saying this is really tedious. So I want to do a yellowy color. And again, we're going to duplicate that. And we're going to have 4 of those. And we're going to do a darker green. So if you notice, I'm clicking on the actual piece I'm trying to change the color of in my layers panel, which will highlight it up. Then I can go to my operations panel and I can select the green that I want. And I'm going to make 3 more of those. and the duplicate. And now the last I have is my red, and I'm going to make 3 more of those. So now I have my light bulbs. This is probably a little bit more than I would want, but I think it will, you can add or subtract. So right now I'm just going to ungroup. We're still group 2 lines, but I'm going to start placing my light bulbs where I want them. And we're going to do that. Oh, I know one other thing I forgot to do. So let's do that right now. I really like this richer dark black. I think it looks a whole lot better than the black that it defaults to. So now let's go back. I'm going to add that light bulb there. Let's see, we did that one. Let's add a blue, and you're going to use your little kind of curved arrow. That's going to allow you to move those around. Let's do a yellow one, and let's do a red one. So at this point, I'm going to add the rest of these, and I'm going to speed through this for you so this design doesn't drag on forever. So you can see right here, you can just select your light bulbs and move them wherever you want on the curly cues of the letters. You can use your rotate arrow and place them exactly where you want. Just make sure they touch the little curly cue and you're good to go. Okay, I think I've got it the way I like it. So we have these all grouped. We don't need these guys anymore, so let's just go ahead and delete them. And you are welcome to design this any way you want. The last thing we're going to add are the little dots on the side of the and we're going to go back to our character map again. We're going to have to open our text box, because in order to get the items from your character map, you do have to have your text box open or they just won't work. The one I use is called Little Pinky Doodles. That is another download from DaFont. And I really like some of the characters on it, which is just the little dots on the side. So I'm going to go back to my character map, and I'm going to go look for my Little Pinky Doodles, which are right here. And I'm just going to use this one, and I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to go back here to my text box, and I'm going to do Control V.